Okay, hey there, folks. Welcome to the Apex Overview Call. My name is James Ward. We're going to go ahead and get this thing started. First of all, I would just like to welcome you here, whether you are visiting for the very first time to learn about Apex Financials, or maybe you are already an existing customer. We really appreciate your support, and we appreciate the opportunity to share this with you here tonight. Now, just to kind of give you a breakdown on what we're going to be doing here today is I'm going to give you just a brief overview of exactly what Apex is. So hopefully by the time you leave here tonight, you can see, number one, why Apex is different, why so many people are excited about it, and see if it's something that's going to work for you and your family. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my PowerPoint presentation with you here. Now, I might ask for some interaction as we get going here just to make sure that you can see what's going on. So if everybody can just give me a number one on the chat that you can actually see my PowerPoint presentation, that will help me out to get this thing rolling. Awesome. Okay. Thank you all so much. All right. So as you can see, this is the PowerPoint presentation. You're here for Apex Financials. And, before I even get into this, what I'm most excited about to be able to share with you here today is something that is so different than anything else that you've seen out there. And there's a lot of different reasons why, and we're going to go through that. But, if you've been in the business of either number one, looking for something that is legitimate to invest in that you can actually trust, or number two, even looking for a business that you can build and be excited about and not having to worry about whether it's going out, you're definitely in the right place at the right time. So what I want to do right now is I want to start with Apex and why we are different, and maybe just some of the things that you need to be looking for out there if you're looking to, number one, invest in a company, or number two, be part of any business opportunity. We call these the 3 R's. And even though like in normal business, they seem very silly and very obvious, in the industry of Bitcoin, blockchain, all of this, we've seen many, many different times where scams have popped up, hurt people. And, we're in a situation right now that we're going to show you something here today that, number one, is 100% registered. Apex is registered out of the BVI, British Virgin Islands. There's also offices that are getting started in Dubai and Cyprus. We'll also have one in Sweden. Actually, we haven't added that to the slide yet. We're actually regulated by the SEC in the United States. Now, when is the last time you heard someone come out and say that on a call like this? I would say probably never, right? I feel like we're the very first and the only company out there right now who has taken things to a new level as far as making sure to say, hey, not only are we real, right? We are regulated as real as well. And the real part is obviously number one, you can see that I'm a real person. We've seen all kinds of things happen in this space. I mean, people hiring actors, all different types of things that are happening out there. Apex is a real company. There's real owners behind it. Some of them are private, some of them are public. You can learn about all that on the website. I'm going to show you exactly where you can do that at here in a little bit. But the key thing is, if you are looking at something today, number one, either to put your hard-earned money in, or number two, to share with other people, you want to make sure that these 3 R's are always going to be checked, and they absolutely are here. And we're going to show you how real and how exciting this is as we get into this. You're actually going to see some videos of us trading and where you can find that and all the stuff that you need to know that this is something that you can trust. Okay. So, what is the difference that is here? Well, Apex is an actual hedge fund. You may not have realized that, but we are an actual hedge fund that invest in many different areas. And we're going to talk about some of those different asset classes here in a second. But here's the deal. If you look out in the industry today, most of the time, if you're talking about a hedge fund or something like that, you need to have 6, sometimes 7 figures even to even speak to a hedge fund manager or even be considered to invest, right? Well, Apex is really bridging the gap between that average, ordinary, everyday person and the super wealthy, right? Those who have been privy to all these amazing investment ideas over the years that you would have liked to participate in, but you couldn't have. We are bridging that gap. And that is what really makes Apex different than any other company out there and any other hedge fund out there as well. Now, this is all created and this is all driven by AFT, which is our internal token. Now, I want to be clear on something, okay? I know that there's a lot of tokens, a lot of DeFi tokens, a lot of investments that are popping up that are, hey, come and buy our token. It's going to go up in value and then you're going to be able to sell it. That is not what AFT is here at Apex, okay? AFT is simply a medium for you to be able to get in with Apex and then be able to invest in whatever strategy you want. So what does that mean? Well, AFT is nothing more than a utility token. It's non-speculative. We are not looking to take this to the market to trade. We're not looking for it to go up in value. In fact, it will always stay at $1. So one AFT equals $1, and that is the way that it stays. So it takes the volatility out of the equation. We'll talk more about that here in just a minute. Now, here we go. Say goodbye to market volatility. I guess it was less than a minute, right? Well, as an investor, you probably have dealt with this. And I will tell you, I personally managed money for over a decade. I was a stockbroker for, not only individuals, businesses. So I managed a lot of money. But what I really managed was people's emotions. Maybe you can relate to what I'm saying, especially in this Bitcoin market or this blockchain market or cryptocurrency market, whatever you would like to call it. What we oftentimes see are huge swings in the market, right? You might see the market fly up 20, 30%, in a couple of days, and then you might see it drop off 40%, right? We've seen Bitcoin, I think, go from like 63 to 55,000 just in the last 2 days, right? So there are big swings, and oftentimes people emotionally, they cannot deal with that. Maybe you've invested your money, in typical stocks or commodities or something like that. And when you got your statement, let's just say that it was a bad month, you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Maybe it's time for me to sell. You see, everything is driven on fear and greed. The greed that you're going to miss out on something, the fear that you're going to lose your money. Where Apex comes into the play and where AFT takes a major part in this is we remove the volatility, right? $1 equals one AFT. You're not going to have to worry about that fluctuation in your value. And it gets even better when we start talking about the way we invest funds. I'm going to show you how you get to participate in the upside without that downside potential. But I just want to make sure you guys understand, hey, this is a utility token, non-speculative, right? It's not going to move in value. And it was created as a medium to make sure that you can stake this AFT on whatever strategy you want. I'm going to give you more details, especially if you're brand new. That might not make any sense. What is this guy talking about? Staking and everything else. We're going to go through that here in just a second so you have a full understanding. Now, I want to ask you a question. So I'm going to ask for some participation here, okay? Give me a number 7 if you've heard in the last, let's just say the last 6 months, of GameStop or any of these other stocks that have just flown up by just word of mouth, right? Where groups of people have come together and they have decided like, hey, let's push this thing north, right? Give me a number 7 if you've heard of that. Yeah, we've all heard of it, right? I'm sure if you're like I am, a lot of my friends, a lot of my, acquaintances, they know that I manage money for a long time. And even though I've been out of that for a decade, I still get the questions, hey, James, what do you think we should do? Do you think we should be buying GameStop? What do you think we should be doing? You see, what's happened is a revolution has been born where really what you're looking at is non-institutional investors, which will be people like us, right? We're not institutions. We're the normal everyday person. So non-institutional investments have been able to get on course to be able to participate in the markets like the huge financial elites have, right? There's nothing wrong with it, but this whole revolution has been able to be born. And guess what? Apex is at the forefront of it, right? We are in a position where we're offering a hedge fund opportunity to people that never would have had that chance before and been able to just give it to people without having to have those 7 figures or 6 figures or things like that. And as a group, as collectively, we can work together to increase exactly what we're doing through the Apex strategies, okay? And we're going to talk about those here in 1 second. But before we get to that, I want you to know a little bit about what we do and is it real? When I gave you the 3 R's, the real one, I didn't spend that much time on it. We're going to right now. We're also going to at the end of the presentation because this is the most important part. What I've seen out there in the industry today is I've seen a lot of companies that say that they're trading. They say that they're doing, all different types of things, but there's very rarely any type of proof whatsoever. They might post a trade like 20 or 30 minutes after it happens and convince people that they're doing it. But what we're going to be able to show you here today, and you're going to be able to see it on the website, are actual videos of us logging into our trading accounts. But that's not the most important part. The most important part is you understand that this is not just some fly-by-night thing that just popped up last month and we got lucky and got some returns and now we're sharing it with people. No, this has been in the process of testing for over a year, right? So for the last year, we've been able to see the upside of the market. So what would be considered a bull market. We've seen the downside, which would be considered a bear market. And we've seen a sideways market, which means there's not much volatility at all. So, when we start talking about the strategies that we have in place, we saw an entire course of a year where we can see exactly how these strategies are going to work. And the best part about it is you can actually see those as well on the website and be able to see exactly what we're doing. Just in our beta test, okay, just for the beta test during that 12 months, we had over 25 million under management that we got to manage with and make sure that we were pointing in the right direction. The reason why I tell you that is not to brag and say, hey, we have 25 million under management. It's to tell you that, hey, this is something that's real, something that you can trust, something that you're going to be able to share with people and not be scared. Hey, is this thing going to make it? This is something that has been proven to do. And we didn't even bring it to the market until we knew for a fact that it could absolutely do that. Now, here's the greatest thing about Apex, in my opinion. It is no cost to get started, right? It's completely free to get started. There are no monthly fees. There are no management fees whatsoever. The only way that Apex has success inside of our business is through our performance fees, okay? And we're going to talk more about those as we get going. But you need to understand Apex, just like every other hedge fund out there, we charge a performance fee, right? Our performance fee is 30%, which may seem high, but if you look out there, it's actually pretty close, maybe on the upper side of the average, but it's still in that realm, right? Some hedge funds even charge up to 50%, right? So 30% is what we charge. And basically what that means is this: if you don't have success as an investor, we don't have success as a company. I want you to think about this. When I was a stockbroker, I know I keep going back to that, but I want you to understand this, right? When I manage people's money, so let's just say someone gave me $1 million. It didn't matter if their account went to 900,000 or if it went to 1.1 million. I still got paid, right? I got paid whether it went up or went down. Apex doesn't work like that. Apex only makes money if our investors make money. It's really important for you to understand that we have the investors' interest in mind always, because without their success, we don't have success either. So we are absolutely in this together. Now, I want to talk really quickly about the different ways that Apex aggregates its funds. Okay. When you're looking at the different markets that's out there, you might just assume that we only do crypto trading, but that's not the case. Now, it is a big portion of what we do. We have one fund that's called our high velocity fund. Okay. And our high velocity trading fund, it allocates about 60% of Apex's funds into that. Okay. It can range anywhere from 55 to 65, depending on exactly what we're doing. But there's a good portion of our money that goes into this high velocity trading. But I want you to understand something. Okay. This is what's really cool. And when you see this on the page, you'll be able to see us actually logging into these high velocity trading accounts. By high velocity, what I'm referring to is I'm referring to this account or this trading method. It trades anywhere between 4,000 and 10,000 trades every single day. Every single day, 4,000 to 10,000 trades. It thrives on volatility, right? It thrives on data. And the way that it gets more data is doing what? More trades. This is a scientific algorithm that you're talking about. You're not talking about people that are behind it. It's definitely people that are managing it, but it's the data and the software and the algorithm that makes it work and makes it do exactly what it's supposed to do. And like I said, that has been tested for over a year and done amazing things. But on top of the high velocity trading, we also have emerging assets. We have commodity markets. When you think about commodities, we're talking about, oil, gas, natural gas, orange juice, anything like that. Wheat, gold, silver. There's many different ways that you can participate in the commodities market. E-commerce. We also do some debt factoring, all different types of things that are built into our allocation, which allows us to do something that is very unique to Apex. We allow you to participate in the upside of the market, but you're never, ever going to look at your account and see that it is down. I want you to think about this for a second. Someone puts in $10,000 into Apex, and as it steadily grows, it may have some up days, it may have some 0 days, but you're never going to look at your account and it's going to be under that 10,000 mark. Do you understand that from an emotional standpoint, that is a huge thing for our customers? And the only way that we are able to do that is through our asset allocation and through the aggregation of our funds to these different asset classes, right? So as you can see, we have 3 different strategies that we're going to talk about right now: the rise, the scale, and the SOAR. And we're going to start with the rise. Now, if you remember, I told you this was all built on AFT, which is our token. So when someone comes in, they're going to invest into AFT. They're going to, let's say that they put $10,000 in that example that I gave. So someone puts $10,000 in, they're going to purchase 10,000 AFT. Now, once they have that AFT, they're going to be able to stake it in any of the three strategies that I'm going to show you right now. I just wanted you to understand how that process works. But the first one we're looking at here is called Apex Rise. Now, Apex Rise is really for someone that needs liquidity in their life. Okay. There's only a 90-day lockup with this strategy. And by lockup, what I mean is in that example, if someone gives us $10,000 today, what they're going to do is 90 days from now, they're going to receive that $10,000 back. But along the way, they're going to be getting paid 5 days a week through this strategy. Now, as you can see, we have an estimated of 0.53% average daily rate of return 5 days a week. Now, why does it say estimated? Because this is just the 90-day rate of return that we have currently had. It's 0.53 for this strategy. Now, look, it could go up, it could go down. You're going to have some days that might be only 0.25. It may not be 0.53, but collectively over the last 90 days, we've done 0.53% average rate of return 5 days a week. Now, when you get paid this, you can withdraw this every single day. Remember, the principal is going to come back to you at the end, but every single day you get paid, you can withdraw this in any type of cryptocurrency you want for the most part. Like there are some restrictions, but all the major ones like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, you're going to have access to all of those right there in your back office to be able to withdraw these gains. Now, we pay this daily. We also pay out daily, right? As long as you request your payment that day before noon Eastern Standard Time, you're going to receive it that day. There's also a $20 minimum. We'll get to some of that here in just a little bit. Now, the minimum to stake on Apex Rise is $500. Okay. I say $500, it's really 500 AFT, but remember, one AFT equals $1. So it's $500 to get started with this. And again, it's that 90-day lockup. So it's for someone that needs that liquidity. Maybe you're going to need those funds 90 days from now. Now, if you can wait a little bit longer, if your liquidity needs are not as high as maybe someone else's, you might want to look at the scale. The scale is going to offer a little bit higher rate of return, but it also has a little bit longer of a lockup period. It's 180 days. So again, in the same example, someone puts $10,000 in, 180 days from now, they're going to get that $10,000 back. But along the way, they're going to be able to receive these daily payments 5 days a week. Some are going to be higher, some are going to be lower. It's real, folks. It's not going to be a guaranteed amount every single day. And let me go on and tell you, if someone's telling you that, most likely they're not telling you the truth, right? So estimated average return 0.66 per day is what this has actually averaged on the scale. Now, the minimum to get started with this is going to be 2,000 AFT. Another way to say that is 2,000 US dollars. So this is the middle of the road. This is our Apex scale. Now, our biggest component here, our biggest not component, that's probably not the right word. I guess our biggest offering would be our Apex SOAR. Okay. Now, this requires someone to have who do not need their money right away as far as the principal that they're putting in. Okay. So if someone was to invest $10,000 here, they would need to have this locked up for 1 year, 360 days. I guess it's a little bit less than a year, but let's call it a year because that's basically what it is, right? So after 360 days, they would get that $10,000 back. But you can see the estimated average rate of return has been 0.81 daily, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. It's a pretty cool deal, right? I mean, that is an amazing rate of return. And if you do the math on that versus, traditional investing, you're going to see that it has a phenomenal rate of return. Now, I have to go on and say this. There's no guarantee of future results. Things can go bad, things can go good. We don't know exactly what's going to happen because it's built on the market and our strategies. But what I can tell you is it's done phenomenal. It did amazing even in the first quarter of 2021. Now, the minimum to get started with our SOAR product is 5,000 AFT or 5,000 US dollars. So again, these are the three strategies that you're going to be able to choose from. When you come in, you put your $10,000 in. I'm using that as an example. You might only put 500 in. It's going to depend on you. Whatever you put in, you're going to buy AFT and then you're going to stake it on any of these strategies that you want. It's very simple. Even if it sounds complicated, I can assure you, once you get in there, it is so simple to do. So let's continue here. I talked about that win-win solution, and I'm not going to go through all of this with you, but I do want to remind you that, your rate of returns every single day, you're going to keep 70% of those, and Apex is going to keep 30% of those. That is how they actually earn money. So, for example, let's say that you earned $100 today on your rate of return. Someone puts in $10,000, and let's just say that they earned $100 today. That might be high. I think that's 1%. So maybe that's high, but you're going to get the example. Okay. Out of that $100, $70 of it would go to you as the investor, and $30 of it would go to Apex as the company. And that is how they win. We only win when the investor wins. And you have to understand how important that is, especially in this industry where there's so many scams popping up. Now, what we're going to talk about now is the Apex affiliate program. Before I get into this, if you don't mind, I would just like to ask for a little bit of participation. How many of you here today are already affiliates of Apex? Okay, maybe you're an investor, maybe you're not, but maybe you're an affiliate. Just give me a Y if you are already an affiliate of Apex. Okay, thank you all. Thank you. Great. So we have some affiliates here. Now, here's the key thing to know about our affiliate platform. Number one, it is completely optional, right? You do not need to be an affiliate to earn here inside of Apex. That's very important to understand. You can earn simply as an investor. However, if you are in a position as you get going here, you think that you might want to be able to share this with people and be able to earn some amazing residual income, then you're going to want to pay attention to this part. If you have no interest in ever sharing this with anyone, this might be the time that you hop off, because we've already talked about the investment side of it. And you already know that we have an amazing platform for people to be able to invest and be able to earn for them and their families. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing started here. And let me show you exactly how you can earn money. But before we do that, I want to talk about some of the benefits of becoming an affiliate inside of our platform. Number one, it's completely free, right? When you become a client or a customer of Apex, you automatically have the option to be an affiliate without doing anything else, right? Your link would already be created. It's just a matter of sharing it with people if you want to, but it's completely free. There's no monthly fees. I know that you've maybe been part of other affiliate platforms, or there's either admin fees, there's monthly fees, there's monthly auto ships. You got products and stuff coming to your house that you're putting in your garage. We've all dealt with that, and there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. I'm just telling you that's not this business model. You're going to have a full business center, so you can track every single sale that comes into your business and fully understand it. You're going to have a replicated marketing system that you can actually share out there as well. We have weekly calls exactly like this, where you can send people to come and learn about Apex. But we also have calls that are going to help you with your marketing efforts as well, to teach you how to get out there and grow your business if you want to really dive into this and make it a serious business. We will definitely have some sales contests that will have some amazing gifts. We'll talk about those here in just a little bit. This is a global business. Really the only countries that we don't do business in are countries that might be on the terrorist list, right? And I'm guessing no one on this call actually deals with those countries anyway, but just know we don't do business with those type of companies or countries. I'm sorry. We do have two offices. Well, we actually are going to have three. We have an office in Dubai that is being set up right this very second. We have an office in Cyprus, and then in addition to that, we will have an office in Sweden. As you guys can imagine, with the COVID and what's been going on, our team has been working remotely, but we will definitely have offices set up that people can actually go visit if they choose to, as this thing gets better and we get through this COVID situation. We have the best support on the planet, in my opinion. They are very, very good at what they do. They almost always will get back with you in 24 hours during business hours. Okay, so just keep in mind, we are there to help you grow your business. Now, I talked about a win-win, but what I want to talk about now is a win-win-win. What does that mean? Well, number one, unlike most platforms, 100% of what an investor puts into Apex actually goes into trading. Think about this, okay? If you've looked at other affiliate platforms out there, a lot of them are going to pay you anywhere from 30%, sometimes all the way up to 50% will go back to the people that referred the business. Now, I want you to do some math with me, okay? If someone puts in, let's just say, $10,000, okay? $10,000 is what they put in, since we've been using that example. And let's say that we pay 30% of that out to an affiliate. That would be $3,000 that goes to an affiliate. Now you've only got $7,000 of that investor's money that is going into the investment strategy, right? Now, here's where it gets bad. In order just to get the investor back to even, we have to do 42% rate of return just to get someone back to even. Now, I can tell you as a stockbroker in a normal traditional market, if you get 10% a year, you've done really well. We're talking about having to get 42% just to get someone back to even. Folks, I'm telling you that because you really need to start paying attention to the platforms that you're participating in and understand that a lot of times the math just doesn't work if you do it. So we invest 100% of the funds that come into Apex. That's number one. Number two, as an affiliate, you are going to be able to earn a portion of the service fees that we actually collect at Apex. Remember, as the rate of returns come in as an investor, you get to keep 70% of it, and Apex is going to keep 30% of it. Now, I'm going to show you here in a second. Apex is going to share the majority of that with you, right? With you as an affiliate. So it creates this unbelievable residual income opportunity, and we're going to talk about it even further. Now, Apex only wins when the investor wins, and you only win when the investor wins as well as an affiliate. But as you can see from the proof that we've had here, we've had phenomenal results. So this is a great way for you to create that income. So let's get into this. All right. Number one, all the commissions are paid instantly and directly to your back office. You are going to get paid in AFT, which is our token, right? But you can convert that AFT instantly to Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. There's multiple options back there for you to choose from on receiving your commissions. Now, as you can see, if you scroll down here, you can see withdrawal requests made before 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time are paid the same exact day. So if I wanted to get paid today is Sunday, I can have payday every single day. Now, I mention that because when I was growing up, payday was Thursdays for my parents, right? Every other week we got paid on Thursday. And I knew it was Thursday because we were going out to eat, right? Those were big days for me. I say that because maybe some of y'all can relate. Maybe you wait weekly for your checks right now. This is an everyday opportunity for you to collect not only your investment rate of return, but also you can collect your performance rate of return from the people that you refer. Okay. So how does this work? Let's get into it. Well, as a affiliate, you are going to be able to get 95% of this service fee, the performance fee that we charge. Remember that 30%. So in the same example, we got $10,000 that's invested, 70% goes to you as the rate of return, 30% goes to the company, right? So if the rate of return was $100, $70 would go to the investor, $30 would go to Apex. Now, out of that $30 in this example, 95% of that is going to go back out to the field, our affiliates, for referring people. You see, this is an every single day thing. Every single time that there is a profit, every single day, there's a performance fee that's charged. There's a portion kept by Apex, which is the 5% of the 95%. And the other 90% is paid out to you. I'm sorry, the 95% is paid out to you as an affiliate. So I want you to take a look at this, okay? And this is the breakdown of how it works. You can see we pay 20 levels deep on a unilevel. If you don't know what a unilevel is, I'm going to just really quickly break it down for you, okay? If you go out there and refer someone, they're considered your level one, anyone that you personally refer. So you're going to get to keep 25% of all the performance fees that are collected inside of your organization, right? Which is an awesome, awesome deal. Level two, the people that you refer, when they go out there and refer people as well, that becomes your level two. You're going to get to keep 10% of that. And it goes on to 20 levels. You talk to any affiliate out there in any business, they understand the power of 20 levels. You see, folks, most people can't even think about that 20 levels, right? That's how deep it is. You can build as wide as you want, meaning you can refer as many people as you would like, and you can build as deep as you would like and really know by helping your team that you're going to benefit as well. But I want you to think about this residual component that I'm talking about. Every single time an investment is made on your team up to 20 levels deep, every single time there's a performance fee that is taken every single day, you're going to earn a portion of it. Folks, this is the ultimate sleep while you make money method, in my opinion. I've not seen anything else out there like this that doesn't require some type of monthly fee to keep people involved, some product that they're going to have to purchase every single month to get that residual income. No, we're simply saying refer people to something that they need, they want anyway, right? Be able to invest their money and be able to collect a fee on it every single day. You get paid by the service fees that we collect inside of Apex, right? Which is an amazing thing. Now, we also have some great sales contests that we'll be doing every single month. I already mentioned that. And we're not going to mess around with the prizes. We'll have some amazing prizes as well, some awesome things that are coming in that way. We just really went live just a couple of weeks ago. So we're just getting this started, but some of this will be rolled out very, very quickly. Now, some of you might be asking, how is it even possible for you guys to take this service fee of 30% and then give 95% of it back to us as an affiliate? Well, it's really simple. You see, we have removed the middleman. There's no middleman involved inside of the Apex platform. We are actually collecting these fees. And if you look at a normal traditional hedge fund out there, usually after they've paid their employees, after they've paid their office expense, after they've paid their managers, after they've paid their fees and all that, they're usually probably going to keep anywhere between 1 to 2 to 3%. So you can see us keeping that 5% keeps us very healthy as a company, and we're very excited to be able to share that with you. Now, in addition to that, I want to mention a couple key things that you need to understand, not only as an investor, but also as an affiliate. There are only 1 billion AFT that have been created in all. 1 billion. Now, why is that important? Well, if you look out there today, I want you to think about how many companies that you've seen out there that they would take $1 trillion. If someone would give it to them, they would take it. Well, see, folks, that's not feasible. Not only is it not feasible for the rate of returns, if as your assets grow, there's the law of diminishing returns, right? And it basically says that at some point, your assets are going to get so big that the rate of return that you're getting will not be able to be the same because of the market cap inside of what you're dealing with. Sounds really technical, right? It basically just means that you need to watch the amount of money that you're coming in to make sure that we can protect the investor. So as a company, we are going to evaluate things at 250 million and then again at 500 million. Those are really important things for you to understand, not only as an investor, but also as an affiliate. The other thing that you need to understand, we talked about being regulated as a company, right? As a US citizen, if you are here tonight and you are a US citizen, you need to understand in order for you to invest with us, you need to be an accredited investor. That means that your personal income needs to be 200,000 or 300,000 annually if you're filing jointly, or you need to have a net worth of 1 million. Now, don't hang up, okay? If that's not you, don't say, well, I'm out. That's not the case, okay? There's a couple cool things that we've done inside of Apex. Number one, it's completely free to market Apex. If you want to be an affiliate, you do not have to stake, which means you do not have to invest, and you can earn just like every other affiliate out there. Now, obviously, if you have the ability to invest, the returns have been phenomenal. Don't know that they're going to be like that in the future, but why wouldn't you want to do it? But it's not a requirement. Number two, if you're in the US and maybe you don't qualify for that, you can also partner with people outside of the US. Maybe you know someone internationally in Canada or Mexico or anywhere around the world that you can partner up with as well, and they can use their information for the KYC. That's another option for you to partner with someone internationally, okay? So as we wrap this thing up, before I tell you how to get started, I wanna stop sharing this for 1 second, and I wanna share one more page with you, okay? So give me just a second here. And okay, so now I'm actually sharing the Apex Live website, okay? The apex.app. Now, look, I want to be upfront. Don't just go to this link. Go to the link of whoever invited you here today. Make sure that you go to that link if you're going to get started with us. But there's one thing I want to show you on this website, okay? Well, actually, two things. Number one, this estimated gain calculator, this has not been updated yet. It's going to be updated, I believe, tonight to actually show the new commission structure with the performance fees being at 95%. So just know that. The second thing is I want to go down here to this due diligence page, which I know may seem strange to you. Why am I doing this? But it's important, okay? So as we go to this due diligence and security page, what this is going to start with, it's going to just start with the basic security. We have the two-factor authentication, all those things that you need to be protected in your own account. Also, this is where you can actually see the video of our live trading. Now, we also have the video of myself interviewing Will Marshall. It's on our YouTube page that you can check out. He is the head of our Velocity Trading, but you're going to see us actually logging into accounts. You're going to see profit and loss. You're going to see the assets that we have here. You're going to be able to see that this thing is real. Now, in addition to that, I talked about being registered. You can see this is the British Virgin Islands. This is our incorporation papers. Very easy to see. Incorporations for me, like I know it's important. It's very professional to have that incorporation. I've also seen a lot of companies fake stuff. I'm going to show you something right now that you can't fake. Okay. And that would be our SEC filing. As I said, we are filed with the SEC. We are regulated by registration or regulation D 506C with the SEC, which basically means that we can raise capital inside the United States from US citizens through our hedge fund without, as long as someone is an accredited investor, as we've already discussed. Now you can check this out. That again, that's something that can't be faked, which I think is important. So with that being said, listen, I meant to end this a little bit sooner, but I kept you here a little bit longer. I want to tell y'all, thank you so much for taking the time to come out here. If you are in a position that you got invited out here tonight, you can see the power of not only the investment, but maybe you want an opportunity to earn some extra income for you and your family residually. My opinion is you're not going to find a better place. You're definitely not going to find something that's more real and transparent than what we're doing. So with that being said, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come out and join us. Get back with who sent you here tonight and come be part of this amazing platform. We are absolutely revolutionizing not only the financial industry through our hedge fund, but also the affiliate marketing space by offering something that's real, regulated, and registered. Have a great day. Thank you all.